In 1939, India was a world apart from the nation we know today. The British Raj had been in place for nearly 2 centuries and controlled all aspects of Indian governance, economy and society. British-controlled businesses and establishments were often whites only, meaning that Indians were barred from entry or were subject to discriminatory treatment in their own land. Mahatma Gandhi emerged as a central figure in the Indian anti-colonial movement. The campaigns such as non-cooperation movement and civil disobedience movement involved boycotts of British goods, refusal to pay taxes, and other acts of non-violent resistance. Sensing the rising tide of anti-colonial sentiment, the Raj introduced a series of reforms in the 1920s and 30s known as Indianization. This initiative aimed to place more native Indians in government and military roles. Yet these reforms often amounted to mere token gestures, designed to quell nationalist fervor while maintaining British control. As the Second World War erupted in 1939 following the fall of Poland, India initially felt removed from the conflict. When Britain declared war on Germany in September 1939, without consulting Indian leaders, it effectively dragged India into the conflict. The British government ordered the mobilization of the Indian Army at the onset of the war, with Viceroy Lord Linlithgow believing that India's masses would enthusiastically join the fight for democracy, freedom, and king and country. Some Indian Maharajas, rulers of princely states within the British Empire, saw an opportunity to bolster their power by wholeheartedly supporting the British Crown. They viewed Indian nationalism as a threat and hoped that by aligning themselves closely with the British, their survival would be guaranteed in an independent India. Over 2.5 million Indian soldiers volunteered for military service during World War II. Indian troops served in various theatres of the war, including North Africa, the Middle East, Southeast Asia, and Europe. They played crucial roles in key battles and campaigns. India was a melting pot of ethnic and religious groups, and loyalties were split. Some Indians even found inspiration in Hitler's vision of racial purity, aligning with groups like the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, RSS, a Hindu nationalist organization that openly celebrated Hitler's methods. On the flip side, Indians who supported the Allies grew increasingly frustrated with the British, who viewed India primarily as a source of manpower for colonial troops. In 1940, the British government had made another important declaration known as the August Offer that promised substantial British investment in India's war effort and in its development. Unfortunately, this promise turned out to be hollow, as London paid its dues with government EOs, plunging the Indian economy into turmoil. To maintain control, the British enacted the Defence of India Act, granting officials unlimited powers to suppress any form of dissent. As British troops flooded into India, cultural clashes and crime incidents added to the mounting tensions. In August 1942, in response to British inaction on Indian independence, Mahatma Gandhi and the Indian National Congress issued the Quit India Resolution, urging India to cease cooperation with the British until independence was guaranteed. This sparked protests and violence, with British authorities cracking down forcefully. The British succeeded in quelling the uprising, and Indian independence had to wait until the war's conclusion. The war escalated in India's neighborhood when Imperial Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, initiating an East Asian blitzkrieg that toppled colonial governments. Japanese forces quickly conquered several Western colonial territories in Southeast Asia, including British Malaya, Singapore, the Dutch East Indies, modern-day Indonesia, and parts of the Philippines. In response, the British enacted a scorched earth policy in Bengal, causing widespread devastation and famine. The Bengal famine claimed the lives of between 2 to 3 million people, with ongoing debates about its causes. Despite these immense hardships, the Indian Army regrouped and defended India when the Japanese attempted an invasion in 1944. The Indian National Army, led by Subhash Chandra Bose, fought alongside the Japanese, but later faced a reckoning as the Allies advanced. The war's conclusion marked a turning point for India. Talks on Indian statehood and independence commenced, leading to the partition of India into India and Pakistan in 1947. While India's contribution to the Allied war effort was significant, the cost in terms of lives lost and economic impact was profound. India emerged from the Second World War as a newly independent nation, embarking on a journey of decolonization that would shape the course of history. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment and share this to your friends. Also subscribe to our channel for more such videos.